Hi, Wassim, welcome.
Hi, Sinem. Thank you.
What are currently hindering reliance on shipping to support expansion of carbon capture and storage?
Thank you. I think this is a really important question because we all know that CCS is going to be part of our solution for a future with low emission future and net zero. This is a really important point, and I think we need to start by noting that large-scale decarbonization will require a network of CO2 capture sites, transport infrastructure, and temporary and permanent storage locations. And I will stress the temporary bit here. And at the same time, ships are uniquely suited to transport CO2 in large volumes, and linking industrial emitters with offshore storage sites that might be far from those capture locations in a cost-effective way as well. However, scaling this solution requires updates to existing legal and regulatory frameworks while taking into account that carbon capture and storage projects will differ in their specifications and requirements depending on site-specific conditions and operational contexts. For example, in relation to cross-border CO2 transport, the London Protocol prohibited the transboundary movement of CO2 for storage in offshore geological formations. A 2019 amendment now allows such transport, but full ratification by all necessary countries has not yet been achieved, and this results in legal uncertainty in some jurisdictions. There are also unresolved liability issues around CO2 shipping. The Hazardous Noxious Substances Convention isn't yet enforced, and national liability laws, the EU's Environmental Liability Directive, and the Convention on Limitation of Liability of Maritime Claims present complications which have been explored in academic literature extensively. Also, the EU's CCS directive offers a regulatory framework for CO2 storage, but it doesn't yet address CO2 transport and shipping infrastructure in enough detail. This remains a challenge that needs further attention to ensure the long-term viability of CCS shipping, particularly regarding liability in CO2 transport and ensuring compliance with monitoring, reporting, and verification requirements and carbon accounting. The last point I would like to mention is that the regulations governing CO2 shipping infrastructure must also be updated. For example, in the UK, the regulatory framework for health and safety, major accident prevention, and environmental permitting for CCS imports needs to evolve. As CO2 handling and storage activities grow, these regulations must be updated to accommodate the increased volumes of CO2 shipments, ensure safety, and align with international best practices. Without these updates, nearby communities could be exposed to unregulated hazards, and permitting delays could hinder CCS supply chain efficiency. So I hope that this provides a useful snapshot of the legal and regulatory challenges facing the deployment of CCS and shipping. While the potential is clear, overcoming these hurdles is really key to scaling this technology and advancing global climate goals globally.